Good morning, evening and afternoon, and welcome to part 11 of 9, episode 3, Haru iro haru koi haru no kaze. Last episode was a long one, and kind of expected and not expected. We got... Okay, well, firstly, we knew Yoichi was connected somehow. Obviously, us as the players knew because of end of episode 2. But for Kakeru, all he knew is there's a potential chance that he was a user. So he did this whole elaborate trap for Yoichi and he fell for it. So we know he's a user. But then Yoichi just comes out and says, well, I didn't really want to say anything because I'm the evil user person you've been chasing, so yeah. There was a lot of back and forth going on then fights was inevitably going to break out. The Valhalla Society stepped out of the shadows, then Rigveda stepped out of the shadows of the new formed Rigveda. I can't remember the new name for it, but anyway. So yeah, there's a big war going on. Anyway. Yoichi made it quite obvious that we were no match for him. He showed his true colors and saying that, yeah, he doesn't really care if he's killed anybody. He makes it a weird comparison how while we're being hypocritical about how we're saying, okay, well, we can use our powers, but you can't use yours, in a sense. But obviously, there's a big difference between killing and not killing. Anyway, but there was a big difference between Kujo's ability, though, because she technically did kill somebody. But yeah. Yeah, after a big back and forth battle, not back and forth, I should say, one-sided fight, because they destroyed us. He didn't want to attract any more attention, so he decided to just get out of there. Which I didn't think would really happen, since... I mean, he doesn't really care about killing people, but he worries about potentially being caught by other people or something. I don't know his full motives yet. But yeah, so he says he's not going to go to school anymore because of the whole thing, so next time we see Yoichi, he's an enemy. So other than that, not much actually. So yeah. Now we are at 9 ball. I think it's 9 ball. Cafe, I should say. I know it's 9 something. I don't know if it was 9 ball or something. I think it was 9 ball. Right after the incident. So Noah let's put together what we know. So let's see what we know and where we'll go forward. Yuki says despondently as our drinks arrive. In all honesty, we should probably all have gone straight home to rest. But none of us could put up what... Sorry. I don't know why I can't read today. I only just started. But none of us could put what happened to the back of our minds so easily. We couldn't bring ourselves to go home just like that. So we decided to go somewhere to talk. Even though we all know that discussing the situation won't help.
まずはあの男司令官の能力瞬間移動槍を飛ばす遠距離攻撃
Is Kakeru gonna add another one to that?
介護官って言ってたけど魔眼の弱いバージョンも持ってたりするのかな
I mean, obviously he didn't show that power, and obviously he did say, yeah, he's got an inferior one, but I wouldn't know if they really would think of that I was hoping Kakeru would say, well, he does. In other words, taking information from the future or something like that, but...
そう考えた方がいいかも。
そうね。逆に言えば、司令官が所持している力は、他の二人も使用できる。
っていうか、あたしらは槍を飛ばされただけだけど、ニーにだけ思いっきり殴られてなかった？
ああ、思いっきりな。
I rubbed my stomach. His punch left a bruise. I checked earlier.
強烈だった。たった一発で息が苦しくなって。我ながら情けないな、俺。
私も同じ。一瞬で距離を詰められたことに動揺して、反応が遅れてしまった。
私も覚悟していたつもりなのに全然足りなかった。ごめんなさい。
I remember how hard it was just to take down Ghost, and now I gotta deal with all three of them at once. I mean, pretty difficult.
いや、そんな謝ることじゃ。
Especially Yoichi. The only way I think you can take down Yoichi is take down Ghost first and then Yoichi. Because if you try to take down Yoichi first, you're gonna be fighting Ghost at the exact same time. Or you hit Yoichi with Ambrosia, which nullifies everything about him and about Ghost at the same time. I think. I don't know how that would work, but okay.
日頃から腹筋鍛えておきなさいよ、腹筋を。
溝落ちだぞ。鍛えてもどうにもなんねえよ。急所だぞ、急所。マジで気を失うかと思ったわ。っていうか、みんなは怪我してないんだよな。
あ、大丈夫。ゲーム的に言うと物理攻撃じゃなくて MP ダメージって感じなのかな。あざとかもできてないっぽいし。
じゃあ本気で殴られたのは俺だけか。一応男と女で線引きしてるわけだ。
すっごい綺麗に殴られたよね。なんか型みたいな、格ゲーみたいな技だった。
型。あの男の体さばき、見覚えがある。何か武術をたしなんでいるのかもしれない。
I was gonna say something. But yeah, I was gonna say him being strong was not what I would have expected of Commander. Knowing that his personality and anything like that, Chunibyo's, it's a weird way to say this. Just the simple-minded thoughts of Chunibyo's is not really strong, more bark and bite type of characters. So, not someone I would have expected to link with martial arts.
魔人流古武術。
まさか魔人都市。
はい、そうです。三日月深夜の。
What is it from an anime?
なんすかこの達人同士の会話みたいな。高峰くん、魔人都市って作品も好きで。ああ、アニメ的な。
I can understand though. It's a good example is if somebody were to watch the show Hajime no Ippo, the boxing anime. People would think, oh well, just follow a few things like here and there, follow along, and who knows, I might be good at boxing type of thing. It's a weird way of saying it, but I can relate. I can understand, I should say.
はい、そうです。急にすみません。
魔人流古武術はその登場人物三日月深夜が用いる武術、いえ暗殺術よ。
アニメの武術を会得しているってことですか？はい。でもただの見よう見まねじゃなくて、完璧にコピーするために空手と少林寺拳法と、あと骨法も習ったって言ってました。うわ、ただのオタクじゃなくて普通に強いんじゃん。
Okay.
ベースとなった武術も 三日月深夜と全く同じね。
はい。多分ナイフは使わないと思うんですが。
作中でナイフを使ったのはたったの2回。わざわざ言及するなんて、あなた詳しいのね。
はい。私も好きなので。
Interestingly enough, yeah. Most important here is the more particle here. This shows also, I am also, or I also love it, or also like it. So here it says, yeah, I'm a fan, but it's implied here. This is implying that she's alongside Takemine likes it. So yeah, a little minor thing, but
今度ゆっくりと語り合いましょう。
はい。
妙なきっかけで友情が芽生えたな。
yeah, interesting.
っていうか、年上に対してもスタンスを崩さない結城先輩がすげえ。
お前も意外と平気そうだな。
え？いや、全然平気じゃないよ。割とビビってるよ。でも、なんか、圧倒的敗北すぎて実感がない感じ？これは雰囲気を盛り下げましたね。すみません。
いえ、現実を直視するのは大切なこと。私の G オーダーの弱点が浮き彫りになった。
弱点。アーティファクトの形状が分かっていないと奪えないから。私の力、何の役にも立たなかった。
I wonder. Okay, there's two things I want to mention at this point specifically. Is I wonder if Kakeru will tell them about what his power is potentially is. Obviously, he doesn't know concretely, but I think it would be nice to let them know at least. And as well as, I wonder if Kakeru will perhaps, if it's not able to see other branches but futures, then he won't be able to know this. But if it were to do something to about other branches, then he might be able to remember something about the other part of Kujo's power. Otherwise, you'll have to rely on Sophie to tell Kujo how else to use it. Because as she mentioned right now, Kujo really is kind of powerless, I guess you could say. Because obviously they won't let us know where the artifact is for her to steal it. Other than that, nothing.
私も能力発動にいくつか処理すべきプロセスがある。処理してしまえば無敵と断言できるけれど。
All I get from this is we need to train. In a training arc, that's what we need.
ああやって速攻されると間に合わないと。
そうね。
私の力はユーザーには少し効きが弱い気がします。ただ高峰くんならなんとかできそうでした。でもあそこで高峰くんを倒す未来を実現させても他の二人にも同じことができるかわかりませんでした。だからもう一人の私は能力を見せない方がいいって判断したみたいで。ごめんなさい。ただ見ているだけで。
But what we saw of episode 2 as well, looks like Ghost didn't know about Haruka's power. So what we can take from that is that all three of them don't know about her power. So I think it was wise for her not to have done anything, because that we can use it to a better advantage the next time. But I mean, that could have actually just been the end for all of them, so a bit risky.
いいえ、正しい判断だった。結果的に私たちは手の内をさらさずに済んだ。
That's true. So, in one aspect, the Rigveda group only know the powers of Kujo and Sora. Just that. I know Yoichi knows about Kujo's power because he said something about it, as well as mentioned about the illusory fire or whatever as well. So he knows from that time. Sora as well knows that from that when she was found skulking around. But other than that, they don't know anything about Kakeru's power, Haruka's, and O's.
瞬間移動ができるならすぐに逃げられたはず。それをしなかったのは。私たちの能力を確認したかった。
Never thought of that actually.
かもしれません。でも、その必要がないほど力の差があるって分かった。
だから、とどめを刺さずに消えた。
Again, I don't really get that. I know it's for the story and the plot, and this is a game that can't just finish them off there. I understand that, but if we were to think about it properly, Yoichi kills whenever he wants to, and he doesn't really care at all. He's got really no motives for that. So, to him, killing is just nothing. He kills if he feels like it. And he showed he planned on killing Kakeru the next time. So why not just do it there and then? Why not just do it? I mean, turn everyone to stone. You got no one to know that you had done it. That's that. So, I don't know, it's just a thing, minor thing I like to mention when these types of things pop up.
そういうことなのかもしれません。ニーニ的にはどうなの？あの人ってどんな人なの？
わかんねえな。今はあいつのことが何もわからない。
そっか。まあ、しかしあれだね、お兄様。
なんだ？
私の能力はゴーストって人に通用しないのはもう確認済みじゃん。
ああ。
But I think it worked against Yoichi there.
ニーニの力は戦闘向きじゃなくて完全な後方支援タイプじゃん。しかも制御できてないじゃん。
Did he mention it before? All I know is that he said that he has a faint... He's not too sure why, but he knows Ghost is the evil eye user, but he doesn't know why. Did he mention it then, that this might be because of the power? I don't know.
まあな。
新見兄弟、今後役立たずなのでは？
言うな。今それは言うな。
空はともかく、カケルの力が鍵になりそうよ。
I was wondering if Sophie was young, and she is. Oh, she just appeared, okay. Now, everybody else shouldn't know about Sophie yet, except for Sora, maybe? I'm not too sure. Sophie suddenly winks into existence. So I want to see what everybody else's opinions on Sophie is. Compared to usual, she looks...
なんか。
Oh, true. Yeah, I didn't notice that now.
姿を隠しているとはいえ、念のためよ。面倒だから自己紹介は省かせてもらうわよ。
Kosaka Senpai and Yuki nod. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I would have really loved to hear what they thought about her. I've already told them about Sophie. Ah, okay. And they saw what she looks like earlier, so they're not too surprised by her sudden appearance. After Yoichi and others left, asked Sophie to tell them, but...
結論から言うと、見失ったわ。あの子、かなり厄介ね。こっちの世界の住人とは思えないくらい、アーティファクトの扱いに慣れている。
アーティファクトの力で姿を隠しているってことか？
少し違うわね。探知能力を持つアーティファクトをか乱し、逃れているのよ。こうなると、一筋縄ではいかないわね。 かく乱のアーティファクト。
I was just about to say, now you can easily see the difference in her size. It really does look small now.
ってことは、少なくとも4つは持ってるってこと？
他にも隠し持っていると考えた方がいいかもしれないわね。
何それずるっ私たちは一つずつなのに、どうしてこんなにも差が。
The opposing faction?
数多くのアーティファクトに選ばれる素質があったか、あるいは奪ったか。
I mean, that also true, but I mean, from what we know, they've only petrified one person this playthrough. So that's only accounting for one, but obviously there might be more hidden, but still.
奪った。私と同じような力を持っているってことでしょうか？
違う。能力で一時的に奪うんじゃない。未来永劫、所有権を奪うのよ。所有者を殺してね。
殺して？
ええ、殺して。強制的に契約を結ぶ方法があるの。あなたたちに教える気はないけれど。
Sophie glances at me. She's already explained that method to me, but I guess this means she wants me to keep quiet about it. I don't know why, but I assume she has her reasons. I give her a small nod, and she turns back to the others.
その方法を知っているのでしょうね。あの子はどういうわけか。
つまり人を石にして殺しているのは単なる好奇心だけではなく、生物を収集するため。
そう考えるのが妥当でしょうね。
もしかして報道とかされてないだけでもっと犠牲者がいるかもしれないの？あのアーティファクトの数を考えるとありえると思います。
I guess so.
いくらなんでも邪悪すぎない？もしそうだとしたらヤバすぎるよ、あの人。あ、ごめんお兄ちゃん。
ん？何が？
友達のこと悪く言いすぎた。
It's understandable, but I mean her apology, but I don't think you would think of him as a friend anymore. Oh, I guess not. Never
確か
mind.
に友達だけど、あいつは自白した。自分が殺人犯だって。しかも理由なく何人も殺してるかもしれない。いくら友達でも擁護しようがねえだろ。空の言う通りだよ。あいつは邪悪だ。
Sora gives me a worried look. I meant everything I just said from the bottom of my heart. Of course, there's still a part of me that wants to believe we can talk this out. But I know we're well past that now. We've got to stop Yoichi, no matter what it takes. The question is, how? It's frustrating to admit, but I'm powerless. I'm sure everyone else feels just as powerless right now too. A heavy silence falls over our table. Eventually, Yuki, the one among us who doesn't look depressed, raises a hand for attention.
いいかしら。エルフヘイムの妖精よ。
I forgot that's what she calls it in the other route.
聞こえていないのかしら。
Doesn't know you're referring to her.
ソフィーさん。
今の私のことだったの？
多分。
独特な表現を使うわね、この子。意味不明だったから聞き流しちゃったわ。
一つ聞きたいことが。
何かしら？
魔眼の男が複数の生物を所持している。故に 複数の能力を使用できる。それは理解した。でも他の2人が劣化しているとはいえ同じ能力を使用できるのはなぜ？
I thought of this as well when we knew about both Ghost and Commander using the evil eye. We knew at that point in time that they were both like kin, or like they were just given inferior versions of it. But I didn't expect that Yoichi to be able to spread all of the artifacts he possesses to them. With Ghost, I can understand. Ghost being a illusory body of Yoichi, you could put it as him. She was part of him, so of course she would have some of his powers. But I don't understand with how Commander would then as well. Not just the evil eye, but all the other artifacts at the same time.
原体は本体の延長上。だから同じ力を使用できる。レンヤって子には、ヨイチって子が貸してあげたんでしょうね。力を。
Okay, so I was right about the illusory body, but loaned some of his strengths. That means Yoichi isn't at full strength then, from what I can get from that.
そんなことができるんですか？
できる。力の使用権限を他者にも与えることがね。眷属化っていうの。
じゃあさ、みんなで力をシェアしたら、私らも結構いい線いけるんじゃないの？ミーヤンと私も戦えるよ。
From what I gathered from that, it's more like we better not, because their powers would just be less useful. It's more like it's gonna be hard for me to explain this. I got it in my mind. So let's take 100%. And let's say the enemy is fighting at 70-30%. 70%, 30%, because that's with shared power, I guess you could say. Then if we take that 70-30, if the enemy is 70-30%, I should say, okay, just 70-30, then we are 5 people in a sense in this group, right? Yeah, 5. So if Haruka and Noah share their power between just Sora and Nimi, that is, if we let's just say 70-30 again, that's exactly the same amount of power that those other two would have as well. But I think it would be better just to have Noah and Haruka to have full power. That way they will be better than Yoichi at least. It's hard for me to explain, but I just feel like spreading the power across other people will just make it weaker and not useful.
方法を教えるつもりはない。
Or that.
なんで？
死にたくないでしょ？
Sora falls silent. So what Yoichi's doing is extremely dangerous then.
とにかく黙りがちだし、今日は帰って休みなさい。このまま話していても無駄よ。
そうね。また後日集まりましょう。
じゃあ今日はお疲れした。
どうしました？
私ちゃっかり同席しちゃってますけど、皆さんの仲間にしていただいてもいいでしょうか。
Well, late to think of that, but that's quite funny how it's just like she was naturally placed into the group like it was no problem at all.
もうそのつもり。
ありがとうございます。
Senpai smiles and bows her head. Everyone return to smile as they welcome her to the group.
それじゃあお先に。何かあったらいつでも呼んでちょうだい。
なんかやけに協力的だな。
魔眼のユーザーを特定できたのは今のところこの枝だけ。さすがに本腰入れるわよ。
I was talking with someone comments about her power. It's really hard to get a grasp of it. If it's not the ability to travel against branches, then more about sharing the knowledge of other branches. But as the guy mentioned in the comments, it was like, but then if she does go across other branches, then why didn't they know about episode 3 and episode 1? That I can understand. Like, but then I thought maybe she's just going or getting information from a branch at a time, not going through all branches at one go. But yeah, like say here, this perfect example here. It says it's the only branch that she managed to locate the evil eyes user. Does that mean in branch 4 at this state we don't find it? So that's, I understand where you're coming with that discussion. Because obviously we should be able to find the evil eye user in branch 4 at episode 4 at this point in time, because otherwise what happens in episode 4? Yeah, it really is, the inconsistencies is quite large and it's hard to get a grasp on how it really works. There's no, this isn't a Steins Gate, in other words. It's not explaining, or it doesn't have a foolproof general idea on how everything of this works. It's just a little minor subplot of it, and you just have to go with it, I guess.
疑問があれば答えてあげる。もちろん答えられることだけだけれど。
わかった。ありがとう。
じゃあね。しっかり休むのよ。
Sophie vanishes through a tear in space and returns to her own world. There's a shit ton of stuff I still want to know, but for now, I should probably just go home.
出ましょう。
はい。割り勘だよね。財布。
まとめて払っとくから、先出てて。
お願いします。これ私の分。
ああ、うん。ちょうど。
私は後で払いましょう。後で
行きましょう。
Everyone gets up and leaves while I take the bill to the register. Once I've paid, I follow everyone out the door.
気をつけて帰れよ。
分かってるってば。お父さんが迎えに来てくれるから大丈夫。結城さんも電車ですか？
いえ、私は徒歩。
うち近いんですね。高坂先輩は私と同じ方面ですよね、電車。はい、多分。ニーに結城先輩送ってあげたら？徒歩なの2人だけだし。
ああ、そうだな。家どっち？
あっち。
I saw that little blush and it was quite cute.
うちと真逆だな。まあ、いっか。
わざわざ送ってもらう必要はない。一人でも二人でも大差ないでしょうし。
まあ、5人でボロ負けしてますしね。
ええ。それに、相手は転移が可能。警戒しようがない。
確かにな。自分の部屋すら安全とは言えない。
お兄ちゃんもうちに帰ってきたら一人暮らしよりマシでしょ？
そうだな。考えとくよ。
じゃあ今日はお疲れ様。また後日集まりましょう。
ああ、また。
お疲れ様でした。結城さん、途中まで一緒に。 同じ方向なので。
ええ。
にーにー、寄り道すんなよ。気をつけて帰れよ。
Yeah, like you did in episode 2.
分かってるって。先輩もまた。
おやすみなさい。行きましょっか、先輩。あ、はい。
I say my farewells and start on the road home. I don't really think about anything in particular, just slowly walk toward my apartment. Occasionally, I glance up at the stars twinkling in the distant night sky. That's about it. After a few minutes, I notice there's someone following behind me. Their footsteps sound rather hurried. Haruka? People often go for jogs around here. It's not rare to see a jogger at this time of night. I move to one edge of the sidewalk to give way to get. Sorry. I move to one edge of the sidewalk to give whoever it is a wide berth. To my surprise, however, they come to a halt right behind me. Just as I'm about to look over my shoulder to see who it is, I feel a tug on my sleeve.
あれ、先輩？大丈夫ですか？
すみません。走ってきたので。ちょっとすみません。落ち着きます。
They're giving her a lot of eyes in this. She puts her hand on her chest and takes a few deep breaths. I notice my gaze is being drawn to her moves again, and I hardly look away. Kind of amazed I still have to have it in me to carry my moves after what happened today.
すみません。もう大丈夫です。
どうしました？ああ、俺の部屋に忘れ物とか。
いえ、少し歩きませんか？
はい。
Two of us aimlessly wander the moonlight streets, and I feel like this is going to be quite a long discussion, and who knows, probably more of the discussion later. Don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here for today. Yeah, this one was relatively short. I do want to keep it roughly at these lengths, shorter than what I did last time. This becomes a little bit more difficult to recap and remember what really happened. So yeah, I mean, this one we didn't really have much, just more of a overall discussion about what happened, what went wrong, and what we can expect going forward. Not much of the latter parts, but we did get a bit more information about potentially about the other three enemies. And yeah, and why Haruka did nothing during that fight, and why no also. I'm saying did nothing, I don't mean in a bad way, you know what I mean. We just found out the reasons what happened. So yeah, not much to really say. We've got not much to really expect going next time. Compared to episode 1 and 2, I have no idea how the format of episode 3 is. I don't know if it's going to be similar in terms of episode 1, where we go for a while, hit a dead end, restart, go to different decisions throughout the whole playthrough. Or are we going to do it episode 2 style of only having one decision matter later on? Or will it be some other kind of format? I have no idea. I refer to this mainly because I want to know how I can expect H scenes to come. Will it be early? Will it be later? It allows me to get a grasp on when I can see or expect their relationship to develop, I guess you could say. A part of me thought this is probably one of those moments, you know? I mean, obviously I know there was a few moments early on in the story, but that was because of her power and other certain situations, and anyway, so obviously we don't know what she wants to talk about or do, so I don't know if there's anything going to happen next time, but we'll see. I'll see then. But yeah, anyway, yeah, nothing much to really speak about since today. This episode is more like a recap, as well as information, small amounts of information gathered. That's about it. Yeah, that'll be it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what little we had today, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Just let me know what your thoughts. I'll see you all next time.